Hello everybody, my name is Amul Patel. You're watching the Smoking Hot Coffee Show. I'm coming to you from Los Angeles. We are an internet startup show. We cover marketing, design, and monetizations. I'm joined with...
Hey guys, I'm Jeff Pelton. I'm down here in San Diego.
And you can reach Jeff at @Comster, and you can reach me at @Amul_Patel. So Jeff, cup number 19!
19 or 20?
Is it 20? Or
I
is
think
it
we're on
19?
20. Well, I think yesterday was 19.
You know, yesterday was an experiment. We've been experimenting with some new ways of recording the show, and we only got a tenth of the show. So I may actually have the number wrong. Is it 19? Is it 20? Jeff, tell me. Is it 20? Let's change
I think
it.
it's 20.
All right, let's change it. In
double
Photoshop,
check.
it is changed. I don't care what happens, but it is now officially 20.
So I think what you're saying is you're going to upload the half episode that we got for 19, and we're going to keep on trucking along here on Call This One 20.
Okay, fine. We could do that. What I'm trying to say, Jeff, is we only really got about a tenth or maybe about a 20th of the show, and it was a great show.
Yep.
I mean, the world is going to miss out on this amazing cup, 19. But
Well, I told you, I recorded my half of it actually, so
we
you know,
could
maybe I'll release it on my own channel as half a conversation, but I'm not going to have the screencast so
yes.
not much there.
For those for the super fans out there that want cup number 19, you will be able to tune in to Comster's version of it. You won't be able to hear me rambling, but you'll hear him, and hopefully you'll glean something out of it, or it'll be something to play in the background.
So, actually this is bound to happen eventually. We're lucky, I think, that we haven't had a worse production problem before that, as far as getting interrupted, and the quality of Skype has actually been all right for us so far. So
yeah.
Keep
All right.
moving along.
Yeah. So let's hope the Skype gods play nice with us today. And with that, I'd like to start off our show. First up, Google Glass. Whoa.
Wow, it's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one. Is this a startup, Jeff? Could you consider
No.
Google Glass a startup?
Well, I guess the product itself,
Okay.
if you look at it alone.
Fair
is,
enough. All right, so we're also debuting a new feature today on our site. When I hover over this, and I'm signed in, so I get this, we're going to pop this out, and you'll be able to look at the very top corner, and it'll be a timer for 5 minutes. So I popped it out, and then, no, it didn't work. Jeff, why? All right, let's try it again.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I
Might
didn't
have to
click.
reload.
No, wait, I didn't click on the timer. There we go.
Oh, you didn't click on the
So
timer.
there it is. Now I'm for 4.
Yeah,
6,
so
4,
we're going to try to keep our conversations to 5 minutes per startup review, so here we go.
Here we go. All right, so Jeff, here we are. Google Glass. Google is trying to get people, I guess, using their Glass. So I love look at this. This is pretty ballsy, even for Google. There's nothing on the screen. There is nothing.
Well, that's how they started, right?
They did. You're right.
Very minimal.
You're right,
Very
that's a good
minimal
point.
is my first impression of Google over their,
That's true.
the incumbent Yahoo.
Yep. You're
or
right.
something,
You're right.
at least for me.
They're big on
So
minimalism.
what
that's
is
true.
Google Glass? I have no idea what this is.
Well,
Let's pretend.
For the people at home, people who don't have the video, we've got basically a white page, and in the middle of this page, we've got 3 links. Each link, the first link says how it feels, and I love the fact that when I hover over this, the other two links dim out. Oh, that's a beautiful touch. And then what it does, and how to get one. And then below that, we see a really kind of a nice futuristic looking logo, Glass, with the missing line of the A.
So these are glasses that you wear and are some sort of computer. We better dive in and figure this out.
So
Let's see what they're going to tell us.
I don't know
here.
which one. What do you want to do? How it feels, what it does, how to get one.
Let's do how it feels. Start at the beginning.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm clicking on that, and then it gets me to another page where I've got a full screen video, and it's a POV cam, and it looks like there's a guy in a water balloon.
Glass.
No, now we're
Hot air
cutting.
balloon. He's in a hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. Yeah.
Oh,
Now we're. Oh, it's cutting.
trapeze.
2 minutes.
I don't know how to turn this down, Jeff.
Flying Club.
Okay, so now we're in an airplane flying.
Google photos of tiger heads.
You ready? You ready?
I don't know what this has to do with how it feels.
All right, so Jeff, I think they're trying to give you an idea of what the experience is like. So that first guy asked about pictures of tigers, and in the corner of his vision, Google showed 4 or 5 images of tigers, and then there's a persistent clock that's going on all the time. So if you wear these things, you'll never ever wonder what time it is. You'll always know by the sheer
Is this
fact
just
that
going to
you're.
destroy the whole watch industry?
It probably will. By the sheer fact that you're conscious and that you're awake, you will know exactly what time it is, down to the minute. We're so far.
Okay, Glass, take a picture.
Okay, so now we're able to take photos of our reality by just voice dictation. Okay, Glass, take a photo.
Start capturing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it probably can take photos in intervals. Looks like it's doing full video.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this guy's wearing them while doing some G's.
This guy's skydiving in.
That is awesome.
This guy's in.
Wow, I have to say they're making some pretty bold claims here.
So here we go. These guys are skydiving, ballet, hanging out with your kids. You can record, you can take photos. Now I'm actually screen sharing my reality with, I guess, a kid here. I've got a boa constrictor in my arm, and a kid is watching.
Record a video!
So Jeff, my life can be webcasted to anybody. My life can be recorded.
Webcaster.
My life can be. I can definitely know what time it is, and that's important. Oh, now we've
Is
got-
there a? Does it check? Does it have email or
Okay,
what?
so now
Is
we've got Google Glass showing
GPS?
me. It's looking. I'm looking.
Direction.
I'm on the San Francisco Bridge, and it's saying Park Row exit. So now the Google Glass is giving me directions. Wait a second. Now I'm actually on a snowboard, and I'm
Skiing downhill.
I'm skiing down, and it's showing me a route. I guess, huh? Let's Whoa! I was on
So
a
they go
horse
to a
there.
pretty. They go to a great length to show people in motion with the device, right?
Yeah.
Skydiving and the rest of it must actually be secured to your head quite well.
It must, yeah. You're right. Whoa. Flight details. I'm a model on the catwalk.
So the possibilities are endless. You can only imagine these sorts of heads-up display information that can
Yeah.
overlay and augment your reality.
Augment your reality. That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and click on what it does. So now we've got a very beautifully designed page, a big, large image.
It looks like you got 10 seconds to wrap this up, Amul.
Oh my
so
God! Okay,
gotta get through it.
scroll. I'm scrolling down, and now there's just take a picture, record what you see, hands free. Share what you see live. Directions right in front of you. Race to the bottom. Speak to send a message. Ask whatever's on your mind. Translate your voice. Answers without having to ask. Strong and light, and evolutionary
Okay,
design.
so there's
Wow.
finally a picture of it. Finally, okay.
Yeah,
We can
this-
actually see photos of it.
So,
Okay.
So Jeff, in my opinion, this is some revolutionary shit, man. This is like next level stuff. I mean, guys have been trying to augment their reality and adding all kinds of attachments since the late '80s, and they look like cyborgs. This actually looks pretty cool and fairly minimal. I'm a little skeptical if this actually does what it says and all that stuff. But if Google's behind it, they've got a lot of money. They've got a lot of money, and they want to own your eyeballs. Literally, they will own your eyeballs if they bust this thing out. They're creating a whole new category. We're seeing watches. We're seeing glasses. We've seen shoes. I'm looking forward to seeing pants. I want to see some underwear. I want underwear sending messages to people. I want my underwear to Skype to everybody. I want to see all these things connected somehow. Sensors, local area network, body. I think they call it body area network these days.
Really?
Very exciting
Okay.
stuff. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's impressive that they're able to stuff Wi-Fi and all the other stuff or whatever technology they need in there, to get it internet connected and get the, if they're live streaming video and the camera, plus the screen and the interface. I'm sure they rely a lot on audio control. It sounds like to get things done. Does it have eye tracking? Is there
Oh,
any
that's a very
control
good
with
point.
that,
I don't-
or is it
it-
all audio
It
controlled?
doesn't
or?
say anything like that. It just basically says speak. So it looks like you're supposed to
Gotcha.
talk to it, which is ideally the best interface is to use voice. But as we know with Siri, voice detection and voice translation and commands, it's not an easy problem to solve. It's a very difficult problem. And Siri has made some strides, but I don't think it's there yet. At least from what I've heard. I don't know. Have you played Red Theory? Do you know friends that use it?
No, I haven't. I think a lot of people speaking just isn't always the natural thing to do, right? Like my generation and younger tend to be like adverse to the voice phone, like phone numbers. They'd rather just text people and
That's
chat.
a good point.
So there's some of that context in the social sphere. Like if it's weird to just sit there and talk to yourself. So I guess having a identity like Siri to talk to makes it more
that
practical.
helps. Yep,
They're gonna work through some of those issues, but they're gonna have to figure out some of that input. But clearly, I can imagine all of the applications I would want in a heads-up display. I don't know if they showed much of like email or something, but
They didn't show that one, yeah.
You can imagine executives and people who could really use something like
Jeff,
this, instead of holding a crackberry and scrolling and
Right.
squinting at that all day.
So
If
check-
you've got something where you can be more, you're totally in the thing, immersed in the whole environment.
So Jeff, I clicked on the how to get one, and then I've got a big banner with a woman wearing the glasses, and it says, what would you do if you had a glass? Answer with hashtag if I had a glass. And then it says how to apply, and they're looking for bold, creative individuals who want to join us and be part of the future of glass. We'd love everyone to be an explorer, yada yada, blah blah.
This is awesome. So as an entrepreneur and a developer, I definitely think about what this means as a platform. A lot of people are already ahead of the time and have been prepping for this for the past couple of years with all the augmented reality apps.
Yeah.
The iPhone has given us a glimpse of that, the way that the screen and the camera, create a mirror to an alternate reality.
Right.
Is kind of what this is able to do. It's going to have to be a lot simpler, I imagine, with the graphic overlay. Is
Right.
going to have to be toned down, I'm sure, until the technology gets there. But
I have to say,
applications. This is going to be a platform for an app store.
absolutely. There's a
Way more powerful than what we've seen with the iPhone. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Potentially.
I
I'm
completely-
really.
I completely agree. This is some revolutionary stuff. We can talk about this for hours and hours, in fact, but we can't. Let me ask you something really quick, Jeff. So I notice now I'm seeing -22, -23. On
Yeah,
this
so the
app.
timer didn't go off. I don't know if you clicked it twice or if I left a bug in there, but it was supposed to pop up an alert
Yeah.
when it hit 0, and so
It didn't work.
we'll have to just
We'll
work
have to-
through
We'll
it.
have to figure that one out. All right, so we're definitely past the 5-minute mark. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5 on design because this is some revolutionary
Yeah, so
shit.
I give it a 5 on
I
design,
give
5
it
on
a 5
originality, because I think this is
Or
great. I haven't, no one else is
survival.
doing this.
Survival, I give it a 4. You're right. There's a massive company behind it. Same thing with marketing. Massive company. Google's fucking huge. They own everything. This is the new platform for the new century. Whoops. What happened? I lost it. I was typing something in and it went away. Oh, bummer. The new platform for the new century. Yeah, this is it, guys. This is the next level shit. I'm really excited about it.
So, is there anyone else doing anything like this besides Google? What about Apple? Do
Nobody.
they have,
Nobody.
or anyone else?
Nobody.
I mean, there's tablets, there's iPhones, there's other
There's been some
format
fringe
stuff, Chromebooks or whatever else. But
There's been some fringe guys, 5 guys in MIT Media Lab, and these kind of guys have been doing it for many years. But
like you said, the wearable stuff.
wearable stuff, exactly. But Google Glass, Google behind this, and the amount, the thinness of it, and the lightness of it, and the flexibility of it, and of course the Google CDN. They've got a massive, huge server farm all connected. If this thing can connect with wireless,
network,
16
fiber.
big megabits up and down, I mean, it is revolutionary. It is revolutionary. All right, so with that, let's move on. Should we cover Storefront? We did this yesterday, and I think that one actually worked. So what should we do, Jeff?
I don't know. Where are we on the list here?
So-
Go ahead and just pick out whatever you
Alright,
think
so,
we should.
Storefront, we covered that yesterday. I'm going to see if we can put that up, so I'm going to skip that. Startup Minds, we can do Startup Minds again. You want to do that?
I think we got through most of this one too, didn't we? Or
We got through part of it, not all of it. What's your feeling?
whatever you wanted. We should probably move on to the next.
All right, let's do that.
We can
actually,
come back and cover more depth
actually,
later.
I really did like it. I'm going to cover these guys again. I love this site. All right, so here
It's
we
a
are.
beautiful site. Yeah, I don't know how much. Maybe just cut it out in the last episode.
So Jeff, now it's jumping from 4 minutes and back to the 7. Okay, no wait, now it's back to 4. Okay, so here
Okay,
we go. Gotcha. So now
Okay.
here we are at Startup Minds. This is a startup accelerator, and seed fund. They do seed funds, $200,000. They've got in-house devs, UX designer, CFO, marketing. I love this. Love the fact that their site is very cool. It's a POV. You're sitting in this cockpit of this jet, and it's a Z-scrolling interface. So you scroll into the site. You don't go up, down, left, right. You go in. And it's very cool. They've got it's very sort of retro, graphics. They've got sort of these pilots in this pixel form. And hover over them. There's some individuals there that come up, and at the top, I've got a navigation. I can click on, let's say, application, and a big, huge, what do they call that? A clipboard with the application comes up, and I can enter my information in. So. From a design standpoint, it's very, very, very interactive. It's also basically inspiring, and it'll inspire young guys that are hackers that want to join a startup like this, because I think they break the mold. I don't think I've ever seen an incubator site like this. This is definitely a whole other experience. Jeff?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's very dynamic, and I love seeing people think out of the box and really, the first impression I have when I come to this website is, wow, that's possible. Like, I didn't even know you could pull off something this dynamic with a website, really. It's that beautiful. And so I think that's the message they're trying to convey, is they're trying to attract out-of-the-box thinkers, entrepreneurs, people that would be a little bit crazy themselves, willing to shoot for the, I love the whole metaphor here, right? I think you clicked on the launch pad or contact or something, and you actually take off, and you're kind of shooting up into the clouds, right? There's a lot of this metaphor with the startup community for sure. And the eagles here holding up the cloud is really beautiful. So I think they're definitely doing a great job of attracting the people that they need to be, because it's competitive out there, right? And like you said, a lot of their competitors' websites are definitely nowhere near this quality from what I've seen. A lot of them are very dull and drab, just the facts kind of sites.
Maybe dull and drab might be a little bit harsh, but I do think this is a lot more fun, way more fun. This is a cross between like a little kids online sort of play area than a startup incubator, and so they're definitely pushing the envelope. It's a lot of fun. And I'm looking at the slideshow here, and they've gotten some very big press. USA Today for some doctor site, medical site, and
where'd you say they're based out of?
These guys they're in Hollywood. They're right here in LA. So let me click on contact here. West Hollywood, awesome. So Startup Minds, if you guys are watching this, please contact us. We'd love to get you on our show and tell us more about what you do, and what are the pitfalls of starting an incubator? Or, how do you guys handle the life cycle of a startup that you incubate when they leave the nest, so to speak, and they outgrow you? How do you guys, is there some relationship afterwards? Do these guys help bring in new startups, and does this guy? Do you guys help mentor new guys? Is there sort of like a show and tell a year later? Where are they now? Do you guys do any of that kind of stuff? I'd love to know. As you know, with Dave McClure with his 500 startups, he does this whole spray and pray, where you just spread all the money around, and then just hope that, because you've got it distributed so many places, that out of the 500, 10%, 50 of them are going to succeed. Is that the model? Is it really that hard? Is it really that random? Jeff, what are your thoughts?
It's tough. It really depends. I'm pretty bold on strategy, having a pretty, trying to at least be intelligent about the startup strategies, the business strategies. But of course, for these guys who are investing, they're taking a very analytical approach at it, which at some point is a spray and pray, or I don't know how you want to boil it down, but they're definitely going to try to get in a lot of companies and see, some are very few are gonna succeed, and a bunch are gonna fail, and hopefully some do really well.
Okay, so with that,
so this is really cool. I love seeing the companies that are in there, and everyone should go take a look at those. Maybe there's some of those we should be adding to our list, but I'd love to see these guys are Southern California locals.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go ahead and start rating. From a rating perspective, I'd give it a 4. Very cool. Originality 5. Survival, I give it a 5. This is all from yesterday, but now that we're able to record this, you're going to see this. Survival 4, and marketing a 4. It's very hard to know how to give these guys 5s on marketing and survival. They've gotten some good press. I'd like to hear more about their incubated startups. and all that. But this is the first time I've heard of it. You know, of course you hear all the time about 500 startups and about all the Sand Hill, all those guys. So this, you know, maybe you guys need to be a little bit more exposed, in my opinion, in the tech press. That'd be nice to see. All right, so with that, let's move on. And I think that was under 5 minutes, or around 5 minutes. Here we are at Be Happy.
You should go ahead and reload the page and.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, now maybe it's working. Yeah, so there we go. So here we are at BeHappy.me. So we covered Startup Vitamins a few cups ago, and I had mentioned, oh, this would be a really cool startup if people can enter text and make their own little graphic and all that. And it turns out that's exactly what they have done. Yep. And here's that site. So we've got a big banner in the middle, or a big headline that says, largest collection of amazing quotes on posters, framed art prints, canvas, and greeting cards. So they basically have a quote. You can put quotes, and they'll print it on these things. You know, you can actually create your own and earn money.
Earn money. I love that.
And I can go ahead and click on, let's say, the most popular. And this kind of reminds me of Threadless, but for posters in a way. You know, this is kind of like
and Cafe Press does it.
Or Cafe Press, yeah.
For mugs and T-shirts a little bit.
That's right, yeah. And I have to say, I love this startup. This is the very, very cool stuff. What I loved most.
These are very beautiful. I love the colors, and I love the motivation that is behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I went ahead and did the create your own, and this is a great case study in what I like to call beautiful defaults. Beautiful defaults. If you're going to design a configurator or some sort of like creative app, you know, most people don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to color theory. Most people aren't very good at picking fonts and pairing fonts together. So you want to give good defaults. And we've seen this with other startups, you know, like Check This and a few others, where they have really nice defaults. And due to that, even if you're an idiot, you can make a beautiful looking thing. Just make it idiot friendly, you know? Right?
Yeah, so this is a really beautiful page. It's behappy.me/generator, and it gives you clear and simple 1, 2, 3 steps to build your poster here. And you start by putting in your favorite quote. You can pick some symbols to go with it. Choose a font and background, which is basically just styles, and like you said, even if you if you pick something bad, it's still going to look good.
Yes, and by bad, it's just degrees of awesomeness. So everyone is really good.
That's
so
true.
there really isn't a bad. I'm
Right.
clicking here, and all the color schemes are really lovely. And I think this is one of the things that you should do if you're building a web page creator or a poster creator or a T-shirt creator or whatever it is. However you do it, however you build your configuration app, you should always have these beautiful defaults. All right, so so that I really like that. And so Jeff, we can also talk about this fact that I can download an image and also download a Facebook cover.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of interesting now that I think about it that those call to actions are above the image instead of below the steps 1, 2, 3. But it is very simple, it appears, to click and download the photo that you've built. And if you connected with Facebook, I imagine you could post that to your, what they call it, your header.
Yeah,
these are real beautiful. We're seeing more and more of this. I love that these guys look like they're way on top of it, because more and more it takes more than just a text message to get through to your social feed. So for people that are social media marketers or have a brand or a page that they're trying to keep people's attention on, or you have a message that you want to get out that deserves more than just 140 characters, let's say, even if it's on Facebook.
Yeah.
If you use something like this, you can now create a nice little image with your message, and it comes with a lot more, character and class.
Yeah.
People will take you more seriously. It'll, whatever color you choose will sort of express your, your creativity or your brand.
Yeah.
And so, this is a very well done tool, and I think we're going to see them evolving it, hopefully, to serve a whole lot more needs around this area.
And from a traffic perspective, since if I download this Facebook cover and I put it on my Facebook, below each one of these covers is a little logo, or not a logo, but a little brand that says BeHappy.me. And so they don't even, as long as the initial group starts using this and start putting that on their Facebook covers, then you're getting the visibility right there. And so it's a wonderful way of building your viral hook. Very smart. I definitely think this is going to do very well for them. They just got to, of course, get to enough people using it, and then it'll just drive itself, you know. So I'm clicking around here, Jeff, and I can't do any wrong here, Jeff. I mean,
Yeah, no, you need to download this, and we'll post it to our Facebook wall.
yeah, this is beautiful. This is really lovely. So yeah, this is another LA-based startup. They actually contacted us, and I was surprised to hear that they're working out of Coloft, which is one of the co-working
great.
spaces here in Santa Monica. So yeah, looking forward to hearing more from you guys.
Yeah, I love Coloft.
And we can hopefully maybe do a little interview on the show or something. Who knows? Grab coffee, whatever. So yeah, with that, Jeff, I'm gonna go and start rating. And here are my ratings. This is from yesterday. 4 in the design, 4 in the originality, 4 in survival, and 4 in marketing. Basically, one shy of perfect. It's hard to get perfect. It's very hard. I want to reserve perfect for the most amazing, perfect things I've ever seen in my whole life. So here we
Yeah,
go.
I gave them pretty high marks. I think the originality maybe isn't. They're going to have some competition, but they're at the head of the pack right now. So we're rooting for these guys.
Yeah. So, all right. So with that, I think I'm right under 5 minutes there. We move on.
Go ahead and hit the reload button in your browser, and we'll.
Okay.
You know, if it ever fails, just turn it off and back on again real quick, and
Got you.
usually that'll.
The refresh will save us all. All right. So
The reboot,
here,
yeah.
Here we are at Tableau Publishing. www.tableau.com.au. So here we are. We're at a startup from Australia. We've got a large banner in the middle, and it says, "We make iBooks publishing easy. With Tableau, you share your iBooks author books." That's a little hard to say. With the world, publish an
You
iBooks
can share your iBooks author
books. See?
Oh, what is iBooks author?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, iBooks author books with the world. Publish in iBook stores of 50 countries with one click. All right, so they've got some sort of publishing site, so I can syndicate my iBook to 50 countries quickly. So I think that's their. I was trying to sort this out yesterday, so we got a little bit of an edge today, and I kind of know what's going on. So they have a one-click way of taking my iBook that they help generate and globally publish to all 50 iBook stores around the world without worrying about ISBNs or U.S. tax details or complex contracts. Now, clearly, this is a problem.
I'm not an author, so I don't know very well what the tools or marketplace looks like right now. Obviously, everyone's getting into the electronic books on the different platforms, the Kindle, the the Nook, and then
the Nook,
the iPad. So they're all different stores, I believe, and so as a publisher, you might want to publish on each of them separately, or just interfacing, I guess, with the tools is a pain. Sounds like you'd imagine working with Apple would be the easiest platform, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But it sounds like there's definitely some pain points with syndicating internationally and complying with some of these ISBN and some of the details.
Exactly. So I love the fact that these startup guys are scratching their own itch. I'm sure they probably were iBook authors themselves and found it to be a pain in the ass to publish everywhere. They probably found all these contracts to be confusing, and so they went ahead and solved a problem in this area. Virtual books or digital books is a big trend now. Magazines, books, everything's going the digital route. So I suspect these guys will do pretty well unless Apple finds out that they're doing really well and just adds that feature to the next iteration, and then these guys are fucked.
Yeah.
Right? And this is happening.
Yeah, that was sort of not being a publisher myself or an author, I guess I should say. I'm trying to figure out exactly what they're offering that Apple doesn't. But it must be something, right? Like, I'm sure there's a huge pain for authors when they're trying to do these things. So, but yeah, it does kind of make you like. I would have assumed that there would have been an integration with Kindle and the Nook or other stores.
Yeah. So I would definitely suggest to Tableau, if you guys are out there listening, that you guys do add those additional platforms onto your publishing syndication thing that you guys got going on here. But yeah, look at their pricing. They're obviously making money. There's no freemium version here, Jeff. For $99, it's $99 to get in. So that's good. They're making money, right? They're making money. Their value proposition is, hey, you're spending money. You're spending money to hire us. We're gonna go ahead and syndicate your book to all these 50 countries. One-stop shop. So that's great. It's a marketing arm. I can definitely see a value proposition for the author, and so yeah, $99 seems reasonable. And if you're a larger publisher, maybe you go for the $2.99 plan, or for $5.99. So it's great. Clear value proposition. clear problem they're trying to solve. Love seeing this kind of stuff. And let's go over the ratings, which we already pre-rated yesterday. So I gave it a 4 from a design standpoint. Jeff, you gave it a 3. I thought it was clean, but Jeff had some issues.
I think it's beautiful, but it kind of leaves me wondering exactly what the product is.
Gotcha. So Jeff was a little confused as to what's going on. Originality, I gave it a 3. Jeff, same there. I don't know how terribly original it is. I've seen other types of startups do syndication for content, for video, other things. So it's not that original, but it is a particular issue with iBooks platform. Survival, I give it a 4, and marketing, I give it a 3. Survival, I give it a 4 simply because they're charging. There's no freemium. I like the fact they are actually charging to get in. And it's a very tight niche. Very, very tight. And in fact, that's what I wrote in my little words of wisdom. Very tight niche, reasonable pricing. Jeff, you wrote, solves a problem for authors, it seems.
Yeah, I'm not the target audience. I don't know a whole lot about this space myself, but like you said, it's solving a very specific problem for this audience, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm just, I can't speak really to what the business plan or the future growth would be of this product, whether Apple consumes that feature, like you said, or not.
Yep. All right, so next up we've got List, a better way to shop. All right, and wow, another full screen site.
Let's see. I think we might get a. Let's see if the alert. Oh, okay.
So we got a full screen page here. Oh, my timer did not go off though. Hold on, let me do this.
Yeah,
right.
Sorry. I think we doubled up on the timer. Let's try that again real quick. Just reload this page and.
Okay.
I think we jumped the gun.
There we go.
The gun
There we go. Now the timer's gone. All right, so we've got a full image here, a big, large image of men's clothing rack, really nice men's clothing, and we've got a little sign box in the middle of the web page. It says "Discover a store made just for you. All your favorite fashion designers and stores in one place. I'm interested in women's fashion, men's fashion." Okay, this is cool. So they're not asking me to sign up. They're not asking me to watch a video. These guys are asking me to just make a choice, A or B, right?
Yep,
a simple question. So I'm interested in men's fashion. That's easy for me to do. It's an easy way to engage. So I'm clicking on that. And now I've got a whole other screen that slides up, and it says follow your favorite brands, and it's all the way on the left corner, which is where your eye normally gravitates to. Follow your favorite brands, discover products you love from brands you follow. Interesting. So, and then on the right, we've got sort of these slots, and grayed out in gray, or dimmed out in gray, we've got follow 5 more. Okay, so I guess I can click on some of these brands and click on to follow. So I'm going to go ahead and follow Gucci. And now, and when I click on that, right away I get 3 products from Gucci that fill into those little boxes. Looks like some glasses, some shoes, and a shirt or slacks, can't tell. And let's see, I'm going to click on Rag & Bone. This is fun. So now I've got 3 more.
I love the interface on the right. You've got some like sort of what do you call it? The dotted like empty gaps for you to fill in. So you're kind of it says follow 3 more. So you have this compelling feeling to finish what you've started.
That's right. That's right. So you got that sort of like, hey, we're almost done. Don't worry.
You're filling in the puzzle pieces. Like they're not doing like a 20% complete or anything, but it's really satisfying to see as you go the stuff filling in.
Yeah. So we've got that
like empty puzzle pieces on the screen.
Yeah, empty puzzle
almost.
pieces. We've also got the fact that it's not a lot of clicks. There's only 5 more clicks to go. Every click costs you money. It's okay. Don't worry. We're not going to waste your time. And then we've got 1 more. I'm going to click on Zara. All right, so now all of them are filled up. And okay, well, I got some very stylish men's clothes here. Show me my style feed. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I would have preferred the call to action in the middle of the screen, but it's in the top right. So I click on that, and now we get a sign-up form. So this is where my experience ends. Now I've got to sign up, Jeff. I'm not so sure if I'm compelled to sign up right now. I'm going to go ahead and close this, and let's see what happens. Oh, nothing happened. There's nothing else I can do, Jeff. Okay, I've got to click on... Okay, so in my case, this is, for me, right now, these products, I'm not a big men's fashion guy. I'm probably not even in the age bracket. I'm 41, so Jeff, maybe this might be for you. But yeah,
I don't know if I would sign up personally, based off of my, I'm not, huge into fashion myself. But I think it's great that they let you did try the product, the website, you were able to click and you're kind of committed now.
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
The idea is, are you about to walk away from the 5 choices you just made?
Right.
I guess it would be easy to do that again the next time you came back.
So,
but
so Jeff, why?
It is good that they did try to loosen the friction somewhat to get you using it.
They definitely got me engaged. They definitely did engage me. There's no question. Now here we are at the sign up. Now, why aren't these guys using Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or all these other services to sign in? That would at least reduce the friction that I'm feeling right now, Jeff.
Yep. That's true. That was my first impression too, actually, it's hard to say. This is basically the minimum. Well, maybe you could get rid of username and just go to email and password. Okay. But, they do require at least those couple of things. It is daunting anytime you throw three fields up. Right. It means I got to do a bunch of typing, right?
Yeah, I got to do a bunch of typing. I don't want to type.
So that's why the Twitter and Facebook Connect are pretty attractive to us, I think, personally.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see that, but then again, you do like to have the option to use email because you don't always want your Twitter identity tied to whatever you might end up doing on this site. But
I think
it's still a clean product.
It is a beautiful.
And if I was more interested in fashion, I would probably jump right in.
Yeah. If I was really into men's fashion and I was in my 20s or early 30s, I probably would sign up for this maybe. So maybe I'm just an old fart and I just like jeans now. Jeans and T-shirts is all I wear. So yeah, I'm probably not their target market, but it's very cool. I definitely like the fact that they engaged me early on, and I would love to see them move to OAuth for authorization, so we can get past this and start seeing my feed. All right. So with that, yesterday we went ahead and did the ratings. I wrote "Kill the sign up guys. Use OAuth." Love the site, by the way. Design, I gave it a 4. Originality, I gave it a 3 because I know Pinterest had this kind of sign up process where you picked your interests. It reminds me a lot of that. Survival, I gave it a 3, and marketing, I gave it a 3. It's a very good vertical. They're going after clothing, men's clothing, women's clothing. I like that. I'm not so sure if they're going to survive if they have a good amount of money to keep going. I guess they're driving affiliate revenue. Is that how they're going to make their money, Jeff?
I'd imagine, this is a store, so there's got to be money, right?
Yeah, there's got to be money. Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Here we are at Tastemaker X. Is that the end of our show? Is that the end of that tab?
Yeah, that's the alarm. We can do one more here and we'll call it.
All right, cool. So here we are at TastemakerX.com. Tastemaker X is the first social game for music discovery. How it works: discover and follow. Discover artists and follow players to keep your finger on the pulse. Build a portfolio. Use 25,000 free notes to buy artists and share your taste with the world. Be a tastemaker. Create a free account because there's nothing better than discovering new artists. Okay, Jeff. So it looks like we've got some sort of credits. I can buy notes, and using these notes, I can pick artists that I like, and that influences how other people are notified, which might help the artist raise up in the leaderboard. Is that right, Jeff? Is that what's going on?
I think so, yeah. So now you're scrolling down, you can see trending artists, and it looks like they're powered by Spotify, maybe, at least for those guys. And then below that, you have featured players, which are players of the site. So I love the idea that we're turning the radio music into a game. I have to say, I don't think they're the first to do this. I know that's what it says right in the center of their homepage.
Oh, it does.
But
you're right. First social, yeah, you're right.
So Tastemakers is the first social game for music discovery. I remember talking to you about a website that I love called the61.com 5 or 6 or maybe more years ago.
Yep.
That certainly is a similar sort of social game based on top of music where at least in that game you would kind of invest in songs that you liked, and then everyone else who invested in it afterwards was sort of earning you money back, earning you credits or points back. So
right.
Again, I think a game like this comes down to the balance and how you make that all possible, because it says you start with 25,000 or something.
25,000, yeah.
I don't know how you prevent people from blatantly cheating and things like that.
Can I sign up under different accounts, under different proxy IP addresses, and earn more notes, and then push myself? I can have alter egos. I don't know how they handle that part.
So I really, really love this space. Both music, something I can listen to passively all day long while I'm working potentially, or people in general listen to a lot of music in the car and whatnot. And if we can introduce, plus we're very passionate about it because you're passionate about your artist,
Yeah.
you're passionate about discovering new music and up and coming people early.
Right.
And people are definitely, vocal about that, right? They're proud of that,
Yeah.
being the tastemakers.
Right.
So it's a great way to get those tastemakers to be your early adopters and promoters and evangelists.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how the mechanics work in this game and how it connects to the music that you listen to, if it's using what did I say, sound or audio,
Notes,
or which was
notes. So you can earn more notes and achievements by trading, commenting, and sharing, and more. So clearly, once you have the software, the social network, whatever, the startup, and you have all this web software, you've got to get users. Once you get the users, you got to get them to engage. You got to get them to fill out the forms. You got to get them to plus things. You got to get them to share things. And so, gamification is one of the best ways of motivating people to do these things, especially early on when you don't have a very large community. My question to you, Jeff, and we were talking about this yesterday, unfortunately it wasn't recorded, was, all right, great, I just listened to music. Now all of a sudden I get a badge for listening to this music. It can be overused. You don't want to get a badge for every little thing you do, right? Because then it becomes devalued. Yeah. It's not that valuable. So the trick is finding that.
So I think that comes down to, when you're going to layer gamification, you can layer it onto almost anything. You really have to be careful to make the game fun. If the game is not fun, people will not play it. Or if it's annoying or too cheesy or annoying, like you said, you can earn a badge for clicking on something, and they're like, hey, you just clicked on something. Tell your friends.
Right.
And you're like, I don't really want to do all that. So again, I do love some of the history of things like these. I think I mentioned the Hollywood Stock Exchange was a really early web app that was like a mock marketplace for celebrities and movie titles and stuff like that, where you could buy and trade it. But so I love the idea. It really does come down to execution of ensuring that it's a fair game and that people want to play it.
Yeah. I agree. I do think.
But I love the integration with music.
I do think you've got to be careful the way you use gamification and not make it too cheesy and too easy. But yeah, it's a great idea, and in the music space, it makes perfect sense. All right, so with that, these are the ratings that we gave yesterday. I gave it a 4. Jeff, you gave it a 3 for design. And originality, I gave it a 4, but you gave it a 3. I think maybe I went a little bit overboard on the originality too, actually. Survival, I gave it
well, personally, if just a disclaimer, we always kind of do pick at you guys, the startups we cover. We love all of you guys, but have to pick at what we can to be critical. And personally, being a huge fan of the 61, maybe they've shut down that site or something by this point, but I'm pretty sure that was a social game for music discovery where it was really about discovering new artists and giving people, that was the value that people were rewarded for.
Right.
So I think that's kind of a overboard claim, but it's an area that I'm super passionate about, and I am glad that these guys are trying.
Yeah, and ultimately, guys watching this, if whatever we say, and if it comes across in the negative way critically, we literally are trying to spend 5 minutes on your site, guys. You guys may have spent months on this stuff. So years, in fact, maybe even. So yeah, so just forgive us if we're too harsh. We really just have 5 minutes on this stuff. Anyway, so 4 for
So
survival.
I'm always looking to nitpick, so hopefully everyone
and hopefully you
understands
guys
that.
can take all this in the constructive way. Survival, I give it a 4. You gave it a 3 for survival. Marketing, I gave it a 4 because it does look like they've got the gamification working. Hopefully that'll continue keeping and maintaining the stickiness and people coming back to the site because their friends got a notification for something that they did on the site because you've got all these hooks. So gamification rules, keep adding real prizes and real stuff to win. So that was the other thing I mentioned yesterday. It'd be really great, instead of just getting more credits, that there was a physical thing that I won if I got a certain number or something, some real big reason. And I think on the site they had some iTunes $100 gift or something, but I would have liked to actually seen a physical product, a trip to LA to see your band perform, or at a studio or some backstage, whatever, yada yada. So all right, so with that, Jeff, unless you have anything to add, I think that's the end of our show.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. As always, you can reach us on Twitter, and we look forward to your feedback and comments. We really look forward to this stuff. It makes our day, right, Jeff?
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, how much does it make your day, Jeff? Tell us how much.
a lot. It's the only reason we keep doing it, the show. So
It's actually not the
we
only
love
reason.
hearing from you guys.
The real reason why we're doing this is because we're hoping to make 20 to 30, 100 millions out of this show. But in case we don't get that, then we'll just take the comments and the direct messages. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Yep.